Welcome to the Adaptables. I'm talking to PayPal merchants about how they have pivoted these past few months and the lessons they may have for other entrepreneurs. So come on, let's get started. Today we're speaking with Erica Malbon of Malbon Golf. Erica and her husband are on a mission to change what the game looks like in more ways than one. This husband and wife team behind this growing lifestyle brand want to get more young people into the greatest game on earth. And they've spent the last few years creating a stylish and playful look for both on and off the course. But then the pandemic hit. Not only did they have to close their shops, but in-person events were suddenly off the table. So let's see how Malbon Golf has been bringing their A game. Erica, aside from the fact that I'm a golfer, I love your brand.
Thank you.
Can you tell, and Malbon Golf is a really unique business and brand. Can you tell us about it a little bit?
Yes, of course. So we're all golfers, right? So Malbon Golf was started in 2017 by my husband, Stephen, and I out of Los Angeles. We saw an opportunity in the golf space to create a brand that spoke to a younger demographic. And in the golf space, it seemed that most brands were very, very traditional. And so we saw this opportunity to build a brand around something that we were both very passionate about.
And so let's talk about what happened when the pandemic hit. How did it affect you immediately? Yeah,
so the pandemic was definitely a point in our business where we were still a young business. When we first opened, we were just a store, so we didn't really have an online presence. But we had also focused on expanding our retail and our physical location, because at our physical location, we have a hitting bay, we have a putting green in the back. So it was really about physically being together, bringing people together and introducing them to the sport of golf. We had also launched something called the Malbon Golf Club, which is a club for like-minded golfers. And we held and still do hold physical events where we bring people together to play golf. But we had to rethink how that was done as well. So, it was definitely a very scary time for any small business. But at the same time, I think we kind of had to look at it as an opportunity.
So one of the things I know that you did is you started putting on virtual putting tournaments, right? It's kind of fun. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
So in the beginning of COVID, we had to halt all of our golf tournaments as we couldn't really bring people together. So my husband and one of our sons who love golf, they were starting to putt in our living room with cups on the floor. And they'd have contests like, oh, can you make it from this distance? Can you make it from this distance? And, collectively we were like, oh, wow, wouldn't it be great if we could use something like this contest among all of our members, and they're able to still compete, but over Zoom or FaceTime. And then we launched, it started as the Quarantine Classic, but now it's the at-home Classic. So we launched a digital platform for Malbon Golf Club, which is now a community where, like-minded golfers, members can talk to each other through our portal.
So that's so impressive. And it's turned out it's worked out well for you. Can you tell us what your business looks like these days?
Yeah, so we're fortunate and feel very excited about the growth that we were able to do through the pandemic. So our online sales have doubled since this time last year, which is huge.
But I know also that growth, as you said, growth can be expensive.
Yeah.
Right. So you're using a PayPal working capital loan, or how are you financing your growth, and what's the next stage for you that way?
From the capital standpoint, growth is expensive. And when we started to see more sales, we needed to ramp up our inventory because we continue to sell out of product. And that's positive, but if you're missing sales because you don't have enough inventory, you need to scale up. And so that's really where we've been able to utilize, the capital that PayPal's provided outside of just, the PPP, loan to continue supporting our team, but to really scale on our inventory online so that we can service more people and order more product.
So you've clearly done a lot of things right, and congratulations to you on that. What do you think the biggest lesson you have that you and your husband have taken away from this pandemic and this last crazy year?
Oh, gosh. Buy toilet paper. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I think that it's just about adaptability. I know we spoke about that a bit. I think like in any small business, it's easy to kind of be like, okay, I don't know what to do, throw in the towel, kind of get into a funk and not think about other ways that you can reach your customers or adapt to the current situation. So I really would say that being adaptable, being a small business, being able to kind of pivot and see opportunities when it seems like there isn't any. I think those are definitely lessons that we were kind of taught and then assured by kind of going above it and being successful through this time when it was definitely everyone was in a kind of a negative state, and so now I feel like staying above that negativity and really seeing opportunities where there are.
I think that last thing you said is so important. And that is you clearly had the right mindset. It's easy to get in a situation that we've all been in, to get down and scared or whatever. But to actually see it, as you said, as an opportunity is really what can make the difference. So kudos to you, and great chatting with you. Keep up the great work. And hopefully I'll get to get some of your clothes and lower my score the next time I go out. So
yes, thank you so much. Great chatting with you as well.